Hey, how's it going, Leo? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Thanks, guys, for joining me today as I prepare to do your November 2020 month ahead tarot card reading. So this is a general reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and I will be using the Essential Tarot card deck to do this read for you, so I hope you enjoy. One of the things you need to keep in mind, though, when you're watching, general reads on YouTube is that they could resonate for you 100%, or there could be just a little bit of the reading that was meant for you. So regardless, I hope you enjoy the reading, and let me know down below in the comments how you're doing, and definitely take a second to subscribe to the channel. So okay, I'm gonna ask the Essential Tarot a specific question about the month of November, and at the end of the reading I'm going to pull a Romance Angel Oracle card. And these cards are not just about romance, so let's see what these cards have to say after I finish doing your general reading. So I'm going to ask for the theme of the month for Leo, and I'm going to do a deck cut here. We've got the Two of Swords for you, so this is really indicates being at a bit of a crossroads and maybe unsure of what step forward to take next. You can see with this character sort of an indecision, and they just being held in the same spot, like feet glued to the floor. Probably a lot going on behind that blindfold, you know, a little tumultuous emotions mixed in with a little bit of confusion. So, you know, kind of a bumpy card to start your reading off with. So let's just pull a bunch more Essential Tarot and see how we can support this first card and see how November is going to unfold for you guys. So I got the Queen of Cups in, came out in reverse, but I don't do reversals. And I know this deck is a little bit hard to see on the camera, which is why I don't use it very often, but I was guided to use this particular deck for a reason. So the Queen of Cups, she's actually very sentimental and very sensitive, and she can be closed off a little bit, and you can see again sort of the stormy waters, and it could be like you guys have been absorbing other people's emotions to the point where it's shutting you down a little bit, where you're backing off because it's been kind of an onslaught and it's been tough for you. But it's also smoothing down any rough edges that you might have in your character too here, Leo. But I do see a suspended animation for you somehow. It's like things not turning out for you exactly the way that you wanted them to, and maybe a little bit of a lull in your creativity or your determination and drive. I'm going to pull another card here. So, wow, whoa. Okay, I just had a little bit of an accident, so hold on. It wasn't that bad. I only dropped one. So the card I pulled before I had my massive fumble was the Ace of Rods. So sometimes you're given this period of, you know, waiting before you can advance to the next level. And sometimes things get really rough before you do take that next step on your karmic path with the Ace of Rods. So as you move through this path of indecision and maybe feeling like emotionally burdened by other people, or perhaps even yourself, wanting to withdraw, feeling like kind of lost on your path, there's a reason for that. Sometimes, Leo, because you're such a charging force, you can really move ahead and just keep on going despite all odds. But like the brilliance that you need to be receiving from the universe could be lost in all this forward motion. So you're being purposefully paused on your path. That's a lot of P's, and I challenge you to say that very quickly. So the card that fell out on the floor was the Five of Pentacles, and this is all just weaving this beautiful tale. If you look at the indecision and the sensitivity and sort of the withdrawal of the Queen of Cups, and then you've got the Five of Pentacles, and these people, they're looking particularly beaten down here, and they're kind of like feeling lost and maybe even betrayed by people or the universe or life itself, you know what I mean? But there is something coming in very brightly from behind you. It's probably going to overtake you as you slow down and feel like there might even be like Velcro on your feet. Like, why can't I get anywhere? The pause is for a reason, you guys. It's like winter happens for a reason. It's so that things can renew themselves. So you're probably going to go through a bit of a process of stripping down your outer layers and kind of emerging as a brand new soul and person in the next little while. Like, you can see kind of the, you know, I'm getting this weird word. I want to say barren, but somebody's chiming in here with my spirit guides and saying barreninity, and I don't even know what that means, but you know, there it is. So, and then the Ace of Rods will bloom forward from this kind of, you know, this tilled soil. You know, it could be a really topsy-turvy part of your life where you're going like, this is not the plan. You know, or maybe you're just feeling like you don't want to do anything at all because you've come across some closed doors, and those doors are closing for a reason. They're closed to you because you're not meant to open them. But this Ace of Rods is really beautiful and blooming for you, and it's also the fire element, so it's really representing you coming to a brand new life. So let me clarify that card out here. And sure enough, we've got the Death card here. And don't freak out when you see the Death card, you guys. It just means that a phase of your life is going to end. And just as I was saying all of that, I saw angel number 649, and it might not seem like an important one, but it really is. So check that number out after the read. So you've got the Death card, you know, you've got all of this, you know, indecision, maybe a sense of lack, maybe losing people, losing aspects of yourself, and it's all going to go by the wayside. And then this beautiful new phase of your life coming in here. So the Death card is actually a good card to have because it's getting rid of the stagnation in your life. I'm definitely seeing some people using the exit door for you, you know, so that the right people can come in. And sometimes people are just meant to be in your life for a certain phase, and you can hang on to them for longer than they really belong to be there. So, you know, if people need to go on and continue on their own path, then, you know, you don't really have an option but to let them. And if people are meant to come back around into your life, they will circle back, and you'll meet up again in a different period of your life where you both have learned something. And this is particularly important for those of you that could have had a breakup or, you know, sort of losing a friendship where things are just not as close as they used to be. You both have your own journeys to pursue here, and you could definitely meet up again, who knows how long down the road, but life has a funny way of throwing people back into your path just exactly when you need them. And the toughest thing for you to do is to be able to release people and release yourself so that you can follow that journey. And we do have the Chariot card here. And the Chariot card is the one that's sort of the shadow card. It's been shadowing every single reading that I've been doing for the November month reads. And just being able to move forward and calmly welcome everything that life has to bring into you, because it's all part of your stepping stones as you move forward. But I do see a loss, probably a loss that you guys are not willing to accept. Some of you could be feeling like there's a little bit of what you would call to yourself a failure, but it's not a failure. You know, the universe does remove people and circumstances from your life so that the right things can come in for you. And this is probably going to be that time. So, you know, kind of enjoy that downtime, because once you get that Ace of Rods cycle coming back in and the Chariot along with it, things will pick up probably monumentally. And I got the word momentously. So really big energy coming in after this perceived sort of dip where you're losing friends or, you know, something. And it's not going to be easy for you from what I can see here. You know, it's going to shut you down a little bit with that Queen of Cups. So what I pulled here, this is really interesting here, is the codependency card. And this says, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And this could just be your day-to-day life. And this could be an addiction to certain people or a circumstance or place or a bad habit. So you could be going through this little bit of a dark night of the soul here with all of these cards, with this sort of bleakness, so that you can examine what's really important in your life. And it might be time to ditch any sort of damaging or just wasteful habits that have become part of your life for you. So, you know, it's really hard to take this kind of a reading where you're seeing the dark side of yourself, Leo, and bring it out into a positive light. But you know, the sun always comes up again tomorrow, and you guys will be blooming. So take advantage of this darkness to plant yourself, you know, so that you can bloom more fully when the time is right. And I'm just being guided to pull one more essential tarot here for you. And I'm also being guided by my spirit guides to say, you know, try not to mourn the loss of friendships, because again, you know, sometimes things are just meant to connect for you and then disconnect and then reconnect. So like, try not to question why things are happening, and remember the phrase, it is because it is. Yeah, and this Eight of Cups is really telling of where you are right now. You might want to be advancing somewhere else in your life, but you're still kind of emotionally connected. But what I'm seeing here is this Eight of Cups is actually an anchor holding you back. So try to untie that tether so that you guys can fly as high as you were meant to be. And this melancholy will visit you so that you can re-examine where you are in this life and who deserves to be in your life for you. All right, guys, so kind of an interesting reading for you. So really take care of yourself and do your best to keep the mindset of anchors away for you, okay? So take care, Leo. Bye for now. Bye.